we have the pleasure of honoring Brian and Kim Rist, who will be establishing the Rist DifferenceMaker Institute. And as many of you know, DifferenceMaker has been in existence since 2012, and we've worked with students from all across campus, all across the university, and they've had some very successful ventures. If you haven't had a chance to go inside and take a look at some of the student posters, we'd welcome you to do that after this little ceremony here. We're really excited to have Brian and Kim here. Brian is a graduate from the class of '77 here in our now the Manning Business School. He's also a very successful entrepreneur and built up a fantastic business. And he's also been a big supporter of DifferenceMaker. Brian has served as a judge. He's worked with us. He's helped mentor our students. So we're really excited to have him here today. So in a moment, we're going to thank Brian and Kim for their support. But it's really my honor to bring Chancellor Jacqueline Moloney to the stage. And I've had the great pleasure of working with Jackie for over 22 years now on a number of different and exciting projects. And together we work closely on the creation of DifferenceMaker and sort of the themes and the curriculum and the ideas moving it forward. Jackie is a chancellor, but she's also a very entrepreneurial leader. We've learned a lot from her. She's led us to some great places, and this is just one example. So, Chancellor Moloney.
This is really a very, very special moment for Brian and Kim, and we're so delighted that you could join us. Before I move too far, I would also like to thank President Emeritus Jack Wilson, who's here with us, who has founded the Center for Entrepreneurship in the Manning School of Business. Jack will also be our keynote and an honorary degree recipient tomorrow commencement ceremony. So, Jack, thank you for your You know, as you know, we built DifferenceMaker is really trying to leverage the brand that we all know as UMass Lowell, where we encourage our students to take what they're learning inside the classroom and apply it to real-world problems. It's really been exciting to see the program take off, now a nationally recognized competition. And I would like to thank my colleagues, Steve Tello, Holly Butler, Ha-Fo, and the team, the DifferenceMaker team, who has really brought something that was just an idea at one time to a reality. So thank you for your work. So as you know, Brian Rist, of course, as Steve said, was a graduate of the Manning School in 1977. And of course, Brian got hooked, like we all do, the first time you serve as a judge, listening to these wonderful DifferenceMakers. Thanks to all the students who have their DifferenceMaker shirts on here. You always make us so proud, your ideas, your enthusiasm, your attempts to make a difference. And with these teams, it's unbelievable to think our first winning team, non-spec, gone on to raise over $500,000 and distribute limbs to children in developing nations all over the world. Invisaware, is Raja and Ray here? I thought they might be.
They're not here yet.
Okay.
On their way.
Raja and Ray, Invisaware, you've heard about their alarm. My own sister now who lives in Florida, and I was kind of worried about her and sent down the Invisaware. It was so easy and she's so excited, but of course they've already saved lives with this great technology. And of course, this past year, it's just unbelievable. Our recent winning team, Ball. Did I say it right?
Benji Ball.
Benji Ball. Sorry, I couldn't find it quickly. Benji Ball. These guys came out and just knocked everybody over. Tell them about what your Benji Ball is going to do in just a couple of words.
Absolutely. So Benji Ball is a new and innovative version of backyard baseball that can be utilized by anyone, no matter ability or disability. So we utilize a special design of a bat and ball that can be utilized in terms of playing baseball like a traditional baseball game, running around the field, or also by those who may be limited to a wheelchair or limited in mobility.
Excellent. And of course, it's our long-term hope that, like Invisaware, that's raised $800,000, non-spec, $500,000. I mean, that we will have more and more companies that are able to spin out of the university, but quite honestly, even if they don't, and this is what Brian and Kim, I think, have loved about this program from the beginning. As we know at UMass Lowell, sometimes our students have a challenge taking a risk. because it's hard enough for them to get here. They're so practical and focused on getting through school and getting that degree, getting a job, that it's hard to do that. Raja, you're stealing the show. Come on down. Here's one of the coaches. Raja Ray, the co-founder. They're so busy being successful. So just, you know, again, it is our hope, honestly, to give this great experience to our students. And because of the Rist, they have now made the largest single gift to the university in our history, a $5 million gift, almost half of which will be used to create the DifferenceMaker Institute, which we'll talk about today. A program like Difference Makers, when we first started thinking about it, Steve and I and the deans, there's a number of deans here who helped us really launch this. You know, the worry is that when you are gone, the program might go. But thanks to the Rist, this program will be here forever because they've created an endowment now that will help our students to engage in this kind of entrepreneurial work forever. So again, thank you for everything you've done. Of course, I've had the honor of getting to know Brian and Kim over the years. I consider them friends. I think I myself should get an honorary degree in storm shutters. Because I've been able to tour Brian's plant. It's just really kind of remarkable to see what he has done with his company. He is the founder, president, and CEO of Storm Smart Industries. He's also the president and CEO of Storm Smart's parent company, the Smart Companies. A Massachusetts native, he had the idea for a storm protection business after Hurricane Andrew in 1992. He began with 3 employees and now has 240, which, trust me, I've been at the plant, and what's even greater about his firm is that his employees are so dedicated to the business because Brian and his team really mentor them to be leaders. It's really fun to watch him. It's also most notable that Brian and Kim have been very active and engaged in their own community. They are true difference makers where they live. Today, Storm Smart is the largest manufacturer of hurricane shutters and hurricane protection devices in the United States. Brian's entrepreneurial thinking, like our students, has saved lives and property. He's such a great example. And the thing we love about Brian and Kim, and they say it all the time, what's important to them is to give back. And they feel when they give back, it always comes back to them. And he's been coaching me on that for a number of years. I always look forward to seeing them and to calling them both friends. Thank you for all you've done. And Brian, we welcome you to the
So, I don't know, how do you follow that up? First of all, I am just truly honored on behalf of my wife and I just to be part of this whole thing. And the Chancellor is really correct. I got to get involved in DifferenceMakers probably 4 or 5 years ago and see what was going on and watching the enthusiasm, watching the energy, watching the passion and professionalism of the students. I don't know how you don't get more involved. And every year I've been back, and I haven't necessarily been seen every single year, but I've seen most of the years over the last 4 or 5 years, and it just keeps getting better and stronger. And you know, I truly, truly believe that this institute had everything and a lot of other things to do with how I got started and how my business got started. And today I lead a very, very blessed life, and we have a very nice living. And it was all because of some of the lessons and the people that I met here. And so it just seemed very logical and very necessary to support a program like this. And the whole idea of entrepreneurship is just something that I just truly, truly believe in. And there's a few places that you can go and you can get the people from engineering and business and graphic arts and arts in general and put them together and build a team. You don't need too many more ingredients than that to make successful businesses. And I got to Judge Benji Ball a couple of weeks ago, and it was just so well. The biggest problem is that there are so many worthy people. And I don't know how you say anybody didn't win in that contest, they truly were all winners, and they truly, I think back to when I was a student and I was nowhere near any of that kind of stuff. And I will share with you this quick story, then I'll stop, Robert. You know, life's got a funny way of working out. And when I was a student, and I'll sit here today and admit I wasn't the best student in the world. But it's not always just about the marks you get, which of course are very, very important, but it's the lessons that you learn, this whole thing. And you never know where life's going to lead you. But through the lessons I learned here and the base that I started here, along with a lot of help from my wife, we were extremely successful in our lives. And that, you know, some days it's not always so easy, but if you just keep trying, it always seems to work out. So first of all, Chancellor, Deans, Steve, all the people that have been involved in it, I too think you're a lot more than just people that we do some work with. You truly are our friends, and I'm glad to see you more and more. And I look forward to seeing you guys for a long, long, long time in the future. And so it's just a true honor for us today to see our name on all these things, and I thank you guys for everything.
And if you have any words you want to share, please feel free.
I think she's going to say get back to work, Brian.
Well, thank you both very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Love you too.
This plaque commemorates the Rist DifferenceMaker Institute, a gift of Brian, class of 77, and Kim Rist. Thank you.
This will always be a special place in my office and a special place in my heart, so I'll always remain to stay forever and ever. So thank you.
All right.